Championship today. They in East Fife had already sealed promotion, but the title had still to be won. Kevin Drinkle and his team hoping to add the finishing touches to a successful campaign against Montrose at Links Park. Kerdine Itzan was there.
Arriving at Links Park with the title virtually in the bag, Stirling Albion knew that a win against already relegated Montrose would definitely see them crowned champions, while a draw would effectively do the same, thanks to a goal difference which before start of play boasted 75 in the goals for column. This man is responsible for 31 of them, making Steve McCormick Scotland's top marksman, and his return from suspension was all that Montrose needed, seeing as Albion managed 7 last week without him. And Stirling started off intent on another goals glut this afternoon. 5 minutes on the clock, and winger Joe McLeod with the first clear chance of the day. Montrose keeper David Larter equal to the task though. He was beaten 10 minutes later, however, as his defence conspired against him. The Montrose back four had a torrid time of it against the movement of McCormick and Taggart up front, and in trying to deny Steve McCormick his 32nd of the season, poor Craig Mailer only succeeded in putting his own name on the score sheet for an OG. Full marks for Cartwheel McCormick's efforts to claim it though. Craig Taggart tried to make it 2-0 a couple of minutes later. Montrose's forays upfield were few and far between, but when played through by Colin McGlashan, Scott Taylor had a chance to do some damage, and certainly should have made keeper Mark McGowan work a little harder for his money. Encouraged by that, Montrose pushed on looking for an equaliser and presented Craig Mailer with a great chance to atone for his own goal. But I reckon you can tell when it's just not going to be your day. Steve McCormick must have felt that way too up at the other end as Stirling pressed for another goal. Flowing move out of defence ended with John Gibson getting a lucky break in front of goal, and instead of going himself, he squared to McCormick, who was clearly offside. No goal. Undaunted, back came Albion again, McLeod and Dees combining well down the left, and John Gibson's extravagant flick not quite working the magic he'd intended. Little change in the pattern after the break, with Stirling pouring forward whenever possible. Tom Tate on the break here, but none of his teammates could capitalise. Bowen's dummy sets up John Gibson, who can't beat the keeper, and when the dust settles, Steve McCormick can't blast away through either, much to the fans' frustration. Patience was the name of the game for Albion. They kept coming forward, confident that their attacks would be rewarded. And 11 minutes into the second half, Andy Patterson's surge into the box set up Craig Taggart to ensure that the points and the championship were going to Stirling. The party was now in full flow, though not for Steve McCormick. This time it's the crossbar denying him a goal on his return to the team. No luck either for Tom Tate when the ball broke back from the rebound. When you're bottom of the league, nothing goes for you. Levi Stephen wanted a penalty here, but didn't get one. And just to compound Montrose's sense of injustice, Stirling produced a fine killer third goal. John Gibson's pass picked out Joe McLeod, who centred for the unmarked but onside Alec Bowen to wrap up the title in style. So